everybody, and welcome back to the 5 O'Clock Sweats podcast. As always, I'm Ryan, joined by my handsome buddy.
I'm Derick. I'm famously chill, relaxed, not anxious, not overly obsessed with being punctual and in the right. And that's just me. That's how I've always been, whole time.
All right, and on this podcast, we like to talk about things that we like to do when we are not on the clock working. See how I included that? I forgot to put that in the actual intro, so I bookended it at the end of the intro. Dude. Thank you. It was very smooth.
Looking for a good shoehorn recently.
If I had just not said anything, no one would have noticed. Neither do I.
None of those things. I think maybe the last one, a little bit of truth in the lie,
a little bit of truth sprinkled in there. Who knows?
But we are once again down a man.
We are down a man.
So what's the opposite of a power play? That's what we're in right now.
Poverty play. Poverty play.
That doesn't feel like something I should say.
I don't know.
Yeah, we are down yet again, and Chris is down actually with a 1-2 punch of two illnesses that I do not want at once, basically, or I don't want either of them. But he's got both of them, so we do wish him a speedy recovery. But again, it's me and Ryan here.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers with Mr. Chris. He'll make a speedy recovery. Hopefully, it's a double whammy for him, and if I do say so, I think that's accurate. I think it's accurate to say. I think I can say that.
But you're saying it on the internet. The internet is public.
This is never going to air, so it's fine. It's fine.
Jesus. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about what we've been up to since last time. I've seen you probably more than I've seen you recently in just the last weekend or two alone, really.
Yeah, it's been a genuine pleasure. I did miss it.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking of something dumb to say there. I didn't mean to sound so somber.
It's okay. But we did some broing out. We had a nice little bro day and night and morning and early afternoon.
And then night again at a second location.
Yes, at a second location. So yeah, it was a fun 2 days spent with friends, and we went into hanging out you kept saying we can do whatever we want.
Yep,
whatever.
That's true.
The world was our oyster.
And what did we pick?
What did we do? Well, if you've listened to these episodes where it's just me and Derick, then you can probably guess what we did. And we firmly planted our asses on your couch, and we watched several episodes of anime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We also intended to watch some movies, but that never happened.
Wasn't in the cards for us, unfortunately. But until next time, and that will be the first thing we do next time.
Yeah, but really, it was just takeout food and anime. Right?
Yeah. Takeout food. We have a couple of our favorite.
I did watch one singular episode of The Boys.
You did. You started.
So it wasn't all anime.
It wasn't all anime. We sprinkled in some real life stuff. One whole episode of the pilot of The Boys.
Yeah, and The Boys was always something that I wanted to watch.
Yeah,
I've pretty much only heard good things about it. If I've heard something bad about it, I feel like I can't remember it. So I don't know what I was waiting for other than my infinitely seeming long list of anime that I'd like to watch. That's I guess the only thing that was getting in my way. But yeah, I did indeed technically start The Boys. Yeah, that is the one non-anime thing that we watched, I think. Other than the Phillies game.
Yes, we watched a little bit of the Phillies game. And which I think they lost that game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
I think they might have won. They did win that game. I'm sorry. They won that game. So everything was good that time. I wasn't upset about my baseball team losing. But yeah, we did watch The Boys first episode. I'm happy you've started it. Every journey begins with one step, and you took that step. I'm excited for you to watch the second one whenever that'll be, and then just hopefully from there on, get somewhat addicted and finish it. But
See, what I should do is just binge and catch up to live, because the new season's airing right now, right? Or is it close to done?
It's almost done. The final episode airs as of recording this Thursday.
All right. Well, I got some time, I guess.
You do. If anyone can do it, it's you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that'll pop up in a future episode at some point. But I think the bulk of our weekend was spent watching anime.
Yeah.
I was going to make it sound worse there, but I didn't.
No, it was just a bunch of anime. So as bad as that is, as bad as that sounds, that's how bad it was.
I guess since last time we talked, the new season of anime is officially started. So there are a few that I've started that I mentioned last time. There were a few that I'd seen already that Ryan hadn't, and we went back on. And actually a few that I finished that I think one of them I might have brought up quite some time ago, but the other one's brand spanking new. So how about Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen Noodles? I think I brought that one up last episode.
Yeah, you did bring that up last episode, and I was sent something about this anime before, and it piqued my interest for obvious reasons. If you don't know, I am a enjoyer of ramen.
Avid.
I'm an avid ramen enjoyer. Yes, I could eat it every day, although even me, someone who loves ramen so much, it's hard to crave ramen when it's 95 plus degrees outside with high humidity. But
yeah, that's fair.
Despite
it's basically like air soup out there.
Yeah. So, I go outside, I open my mouth, and it's soup.
It's just in there.
Maybe I should go outside more often. But yeah, we started the first episode of that anime, and what did we get? What food did we get for?
Well, I mean, we had to, right? We ordered ramen. We ordered ramen so that we could watch Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen. So we could watch Miss Koizumi love ramen while loving ramen.
Yeah. Very, very meta, if I do say so myself. No, it was a decision that we both fully supported and were excited for. I'm not gonna speak for you, but I don't regret it. In fact, yeah, I do. I the opposite of regret it. I don't regret it.
Wow. Inspiring. But yeah, this one, I mean, I guess we kind of already talked about the plot a little bit, but it's about a popular high school girl. Everyone thinks she's super pretty, super popular, super smart, super good at sports, all that, cliche stuff.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really talk to anybody, kind of mysterious. One of the main characters finds out that Miss Koizumi loves ramen noodles. Pretty much right what it says on the tin. And they just go around eating ramen together the first episode.
Yeah, but there's a wrinkle to this friendship that I wasn't aware of. I didn't know what to expect from the show other than there was the protagonist was going to be eating ramen and that the ramen was based off of real recipes or real places in Japan or something like that. It's a very authentic ramen themed show. But the protagonist is a high schooler, and then there's another girl in like her classmate who semi-stalks her throughout the episode, and I was not expecting that. But basically, this girl just wants to be this other girl's friend. She thinks she's, again, as you said, cute, smart, athletic, talented, whatever, everything. So she wants to be her friend desperately. So then she just follows her around, and then that's how she finds out she loves ramen. is because she sees her in line by herself for a ramen shop.
Yeah, she's basically just like aggressively trying to insert herself as a friend. She's just like relentlessly trying to make friends with her, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
And like, even though she gets quote unquote rejected, she just keeps on showing up, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a fun dynamic. And you could tell that the guard that our protagonist has up trying to resist this girl's friendship starts to crumble a little bit towards the end. By the end of the episode, like, okay, I guess she's not going anywhere. I'm just gonna keep enjoying ramen, and she's gonna have to come with me, I guess.
This one was a winter 2018 joint. There were 12 episodes out. We've both only watched the first episode. Normally I would binge something like this, but I think because the fact that there's like actual ramen in it, I think I might pump the brakes on this one and kind of spread it out only for when I get ramen.
Yeah,
I feel like that might be a nice little treat to myself.
Yeah, it's like a little event.
Watch an episode with eating a bowl of actual ramen.
So you have 11 bowls of ramen left. You have 11 bowls of ramen in your future that you will be enjoying.
It's like I should get a punch card for it.
Yeah. I want to binge it. I really did enjoy it. And my concern is that if I binge it, I'm going to be broke because I'm just going to keep buying ramen. We had a short discussion while watching it. We were kind of debating this thing. Would we rather binge it or not? And would we be tempted to get ramen every time we watch it? And I think the counterpoint to help save us money was to just binge it because you can just
because you can watch 2 or 3 episodes on one bowl of ramen.
Exactly, or all 12. I mean, you're not going to order 12 bowls of ramen in one day.
Don't you say that.
Challenge accepted.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
I wonder what the restaurant would do if that were the case. Would they send help? Would they just stop? Or would they just be like, this? All right, this person is paying us all of their money, so let's just keep sending them this ramen for delivery.
Can I get a glass of water, please? And also, I was thinking about getting 12 bowls of ramen.
12 bowls, and they're all going to be different.
Actually, that sounds sweet.
It does sound sweet, but the problem would be is that they'd get cold. You'd have to reheat them. Yeah,
dude, there's no way I'm getting through more than one bowl of ramen a day.
I could do 2.
Maybe 2. Yeah,
I could do 2.
I could push for it.
Yeah.
But I get pretty dang full, man.
I know. Yeah. But I'm not saying like back to back. I mean, like you could do one for lunch, one for dinner, one for breakfast.
My breakfast ramen.
Yeah. Throw some egg, throw an extra egg in there, throw some, I don't know, scrapple or salt or breakfast sausage. I don't know. Throw some. Make it a breakfast ramen.
You can just eat it normally early and
I'm
call
trying
it
to
breakfast,
make it,
man.
I'm trying to make it more breakfasty.
Just eat it earlier, man.
I'm gonna have a waffle in it.
Oh boy. Unfortunately, that has made me hungry. So I will need to seek some food after we're done recording.
The ramen bowl with the waffles is what did it.
Yeah,
that sounds tasty.
I don't quite understand my own body either, so it's fine. But
what else did we watch?
An important question about this one: who's the most pick-upable character? After one episode, it is tough to say. Koizumi-san, pretty easy down the middle. Could be her. I think it's actually Nakamura, the maroon-headed, I almost said gentleman. Girl.
Gentleman.
I think she's the one that like gets real jealous, I think.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, she's got like the pigtails, right? Whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
Classic.
It's hard to disagree with that decision.
Yeah, early front runner. I can't say until I get through all 12, but that's where we're at now.
I eagerly await your final judgment.
Final judgment.
It sounds so.
I am the source. I'm the source of truth for this pickup points league.
There's a lot on the line here.
Now, another one that we did watch that has some pick-upable characters, my dear friend Nokotan, which I don't even know how to begin to describe. I don't even know how much I went into it last time when we mentioned it on, I guess, last episode. But there's, again, a girl who's, seemingly perfect in high school. Like, everybody thinks she's perfect. And it turns out she was a delinquent in the past. Cliched, like wearing a mask, baseball bat with like nails sticking out of it. And
she was doing some shady shit, working for a shady group of people.
But around high school, she changed her image, and now she's Little Miss Perfect. But she finds a deer girl named Nokotan, just kind of hanging out. We'll say
deer, and that is spelled Deer, like the animal.
Yep, she is a girl, and she has antlers.
She has antlers,
and I think we were talking about this while the episode was airing. But you're like, why does her head come off? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, she
I don't know. She just is, man.
She can do some goofy shit that other characters can't. Like, she defies physics and anatomy and whatever. I don't know.
Logic.
Yeah, she's just like the cartoon character. She's she's like a cartoon character, and then everyone else in the show is like a real person. It just doesn't make any
way to put it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But I think that is the point, is that it's not supposed to make sense, at least in the first episode.
Yeah. And I don't even think I want to describe the plot of any of this. Like,
can you? I don't even know if there's a little bit of a plot. There is a plot.
Yeah, eventually they become friends through unconventional means, and I guess hilarity ensues, I guess you would say. But the first episode, it's kind of hard to gauge by. I did watch the second episode, I guess, today, and things are a little bit more clear in episode 2. But I feel like exactly what we got in episode 1 was kind of what I was looking for in this anime. Just kind of like the silliness and whimsy of Spy Family, but like all the time turned up to like 11. And I feel like that's what we got. Like, nothing makes sense, but I'm laughing and smiling at everything.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those animes you can just turn your brain off and watch. At least I think. Maybe it won't be. Maybe there'll be some depth to it. Maybe there'll be some drama. Who knows? I really don't know. But just judging by the first episode and the trailer, it's gonna feels like it's just gonna be kind of like a turn your brain off, silly, whimsical sort of story.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that.
I'm very cool with that, because there's a lot of anime out there that are making me cry, making me feel emotion, and making me think too much. And it's nice to just have something like this to just be stupid about.
It's like a palate cleanser.
That's actually great. That's a good way of putting it. Couple of things, takeaways from the show. Those damn deer, those 3D like CGI deer. I don't. They just don't look. They don't. I kept saying, why aren't they 2D? Like, why didn't they just draw the deer?
But sometimes there are. I don't
There's
know.
there was like one shot where there's a 2D deer like in the background, but it's mostly just like 3D animated CGI deer that just looks so out of place. And I guess that's part of the style. That's what they want, is just it to be kind of jarring and have the viewer questioning reality. Yeah, it's very absurdist. So I was weird.
It was weird but fun.
It was
I
fun.
Think that's the only way I can describe it, really.
Yeah. The ending in the outro for the show,
dude, that took me out the first time I saw it.
It's just like deer highlights. It's like just
It's like live action footage
yeah,
of just like deer B-roll.
yeah. It's just like you turned on Nat Geo,
Deer
and it's just a
highlights.
segment on deer, and then they're just like they're just chilling out, they're grazing in the grass,
And
walking
there's like
around,
dancing deer crackers just kind of on the screen.
deer crackers,
man.
which I didn't even know were a thing until this show. And then at the end, and then after that, they show the the deer crackers being manufactured in a factory, like on a assembly line. Like, what is happening? Like, what is this?
Yeah,
I didn't need
it's
this.
so funny that the ending is basically just like an episode of how it's made.
Yeah, yeah. Nat Geographic, and then how it's made. It's just. I don't know. I didn't need deer cracker lore, but I got it.
So that one's fun. That one's funny.
Yeah.
Lighthearted palate cleanser. I think early leader in the pickup points category has to go to Nokotan. Has to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, she's just a little deer girl.
Little deer girl.
Just a little deer girl.
You can pick her up by her antlers.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise. I wouldn't advise that you do that. I don't know anything about deer.
They actually seem to come off pretty easily.
Yeah, when she wants them to.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't.
Again, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
not
fucking
supposed
sense.
to.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to beat my brain into it.
if you're watching this and you're confused and questioning reality, then just watch it. Just take 20 minutes out of your life and watch it, and just you'll know what we're talking about after that.
It's fun. Don't worry. I think the last thing that we kind of watched together, that we both kind of started was Windbreaker.
Yes.
And I've been hearing a lot of buzz around Windbreaker for a while. I've seen clips of like some of the fight choreography that looked really good, and just generally heard good things about it. We watched one episode of this, and I feel like it didn't really deliver what I wanted from it.
Okay.
But I am going to grant it a little bit of leniency because, again, it is the first episode, you know?
Yeah.
There was some of it. I mean, early on, there's a fight in the neighborhood, and he kind of, 1v X's it. I don't remember how many people were there.
Yeah, I think it was three or four.
Yeah, there's a big old group there, and he kind of took them all on his own. And some of that fight was nice.
It was cool. It was pretty well animated. Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't anything breathtaking. It was just like, well, okay, some good action here, good solid animated action.
Yeah, and in this episode, it's like he just gets down to town, and he's learning about like the different schools, the different groups, where people are, all that stuff. So I think in the next couple episodes, once he actually gets to his school, there'll probably be a little bit more, regular fight sequences planned. So I'm not really worried about it.
No, again, the animation looks fine. It'll probably look even better as the season goes on. The protagonist, or I don't remember his name, but he has a very Haruka. Okay. Haruka has a very distinct look, which I appreciate. I like his design a lot. He looks pretty sick. He's got black and white hair, like one side's black, this side's white, and then he's got two different colored eyes. What is it? Orange and black. What was the other one?
Yeah, it's like gray, blue.
Yeah. So a very cool looking protagonist. Yeah, he does look sick, and they actually call attention to it in the show, which is cool because I don't know. Sometimes anime protagonists or characters in general look fucking crazy, and then no one brings it up.
Yeah,
they just accept it.
No one brings it up.
Yeah, no one just like TN's third eye. Like, has anyone ever mentioned the third eye? I don't think so. Maybe once, or maybe in Dragon Ball when they first meet, but never again. And he's met a lot of new characters throughout the show. Everyone just sees the third eye, and they're like, "Cool, yeah, that's normal,
makes sense."
But I guess there are like anamorphic people in that show too, so like whatever. anyway, the main protagonist of Windbreaker, I'm assuming he's going to have a nice little character arc in this season. At least I hope he does, because he's pretty one tune right now. He's your like typical shonen protagonist. Well,
Yeah.
in the sense that like he just wants to fight and
Yep.
get stronger, and he's kind of an asshole about it. So in that sense, he's not your traditional shonen MC, but in the sense that he just wants to keep fighting stronger and stronger opponents and get stronger and be the best. In that sense, yes, he is. But yeah, he's kind of a dick about it. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm assuming he's gonna have a nice little arc where maybe he becomes less of a dick.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching this. I'm working on catching up to current on a time I was reincarnated as a slime. So once I catch up to live on that, I'll get back through Windbreaker. But I am still a fair amount excited that this is gonna pop off after episode 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was getting a lot of hype. It was one like in the top 3 of most popular and Crunchy for a while. So yeah, I'm confident it's going to get better and better and better. And I didn't hate the first episode. I liked it overall. It didn't really grab me. It wasn't like I wasn't like blown away. Like, oh, this show! I can't wait to watch the next episode. Like, I'm intrigued enough to keep watching, but it wasn't like Attack on Titan's first episode or even My Hero Academia's first episode.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for an episode that, like, while the ending credits was playing, like, my jaw would be on the floor, like, wow, I need to watch the next episode ASAP.
Yeah.
I think that's what I wanted from it.
Yeah. But we'll see.
It's fine that it fell short. It's fine. It doesn't mean that the rest of it's going to be bad.
Not at all.
Doesn't mean that what we've seen was bad. I just didn't want to word that a weird way.
Yeah. But you'll probably finish before I do. But I will keep watching it. And we'll keep each other updated, and we'll give an update on our final thoughts on Windbreaker at some point in a future episode.
Yeah, I'm down. And quick early pickup points leader is Tachibana-san. Of course,
the obvious choice.
Yeah, the obvious choice for me so far.
Yeah, understood.
But can leave that.
We did start Haikyu, kind of. Well, I've seen Haikyu. We watched the very first episode because I wanted you to watch the first episode because I feel like that is an anime you would adore. It's really good. But I don't know if you wanted to share any thoughts on the first episode or like a general vibe check.
General vibe check is that I did like it. Haikyu was kind of always on my list. As I started to watch more and more anime, like this is always one of the ones that everybody just loves. You know what I mean? And people compare so many different anime in different genres to this anime just as a point of reference. So I think that that's kind of neat. I kind of understood where the first episode was going as far as where it was going to end, right? Yeah. A couple of middle school rivals. And one guy's good at setting, one guy's good at spiking. And they have a match in middle school, and then they show up to high school the first year, and guess who's there? The other guy. So now they're all teamed up. So what does that mean for the high school? I don't know, but yeah. So far, I know what's in front of me, right? Yeah. I know how many seasons and episodes there are, and I'm excited for them.
Good.
I'll say that.
Yeah, I once you get rolling on that, I think it'll be a show that you binge for sure. You're gonna like it. It's gonna make you feel things, and you're gonna like it. I guarantee it.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was nice rewatching the pilot because I have not seen the first episode in a couple of years now. But man, Hinata is such a good MC. I mean, cliche, yes. The small, the small, not super. I mean, he's athletic. I was not physically gifted kid. with big aspirations of being the best at volleyball. But he's got like all the physical traits working against him because he doesn't really have much besides the fact that he can jump very high and he's also very quick. But he's a short. He's a shorty. He is a short king like me, which is one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite MCs because it's inspiring. As a short guy, I appreciate him because I feel like I can relate to him. But what he lacks in height, he makes up for with heart and determination and just sheer willpower. And it's inspiring. It was inspiring to see that happen, to see that again in the first episode because I'd kind of forgotten about it. And they set up kind of like a Goku Vegeta sort of relationship with him and Kageyama, who is the king of the court, kind of like the best setter in, I guess, I don't know, at this point, high school volleyball. In the context of the show, he's the best setter in the universe. He's the prince of all. He's the prince of all setters.
I'm the prince of all setters.
You Hinata are just you're a weakling. I am a prince. Anyway, I like that. I don't know that they have a nice, they get a good Goku Vegeta sort of vibe to them, and I love their relationship throughout the show. I'm excited for you to see that.
Apparently listed at, or well, Hinata is listed at 5'4.6".
Oh man, we're like the same. We're like the same. Actually, I didn't know that. It's actually great.
You're the same guy.
Wow, I thought he was going to be like 5'6" at least, but hey. That makes me like him even more.
All right, so when I watch more Haikyu, I'll just superimpose you on top of him. Sound good?
That sounds
just
great.
Imagine it's you and not him.
Okay, that's cool. Except I cannot jump nearly that high.
Not what I've seen. Seems like you could jump really high and hit a volleyball real good.
Okay. Thanks for the confidence. I appreciate it. A little confidence boost.
Anytime.
Yeah. So that's what we watched. Was there anything else we wanted to talk about what we watched at your place?
Did you want to bring up Bocchi or Insomniacs?
Ooh.
I'll let you roll on them.
Between the two of them, we watched more Bocchi. We tried to watch episode 3 of Insomniacs after school, but a certain somebody fell asleep.
Yeah, and then I let my guard down and fell asleep.
I let my guard down.
My couch isn't even the most comfortable in the world. I was just out.
But it's in that moment, it was the most comfortable.
Exactly where I needed to be.
It was late, and we had just ordered Domino's and inhaled a pizza. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that
Great
contributed. Point. Yeah. I also I had maybe polished off a couple of beers, a couple of brewskis. So yeah, I was a sleepy boy and I fell asleep. And
this was the same day that we housed a bowl of ramen.
Yeah.
And more food that I don't remember. Oh, right, the pizza.
Yeah, the pizza. The ramen and the pizza. To be honest, and to be fair, we ordered the ramen earlier than we usually would, I feel like. We ate dinner a little earlier. So
that was my fault.
No, it's not. I was hungry. It was what we needed in that moment.
Yeah.
And the Domino's is what we needed in that moment.
Bocchi the Rock.
Yeah, Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock was good. I've heard you talk about it. You sing its praises. I've heard good things while it was airing. I wasn't disappointed. It was very wholesome. I love the animation style. The animation style is awesome. It's like a blend of like 3D animation with 2D. It looks so vibrant and clean and
it's so smooth.
It's very smooth. It's incredibly smooth.
I think like watching it with you for I guess the second time for me, that's one of the things that jumped out at me, just how like smooth some of the character movement is, and like especially when they're playing the instruments. Like I don't know if it's accurate or not, but like it looks good when they're playing the instruments.
Yeah, it's very fluid, and we watched I think 4 or 5 episodes. I watched an episode without you last night that I told you about, and they did play a song at the end, and it was really good.
Yeah. So I think up until when we saw it, it was still kind of like they're forming their band. They're still trying to get
Yeah.
to know each other, trying to find their identity, and they've played music, but it wasn't really, you know, at full strength. It was just playing what they could at the time. But I feel like for the episode that you wrote on your own, or that, sorry, the episode that you
I wrote
watched
it.
on your own, congratulations. Yeah. I think from then on, it starts kicking off a little bit more.
Yeah. And I like the characters. I like the main character because she's relatable. She basically just plays this really shy introvert who suffers from social anxiety, but she wants friends. Deep down, she wants to be part of a group. She wants friendship, and she finds friends. And I like her development, even in just the first few episodes, like conquering her fears and just go, like sometimes not trying to avoid certain obligations. The whole thing with her trying to get sick before starting her first day of work, that was really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice seeing her growth just as a person, and then like coming out of her shell a little more. It's a very wholesome arc, and yeah, and by the end of the last episode I watched, she finally completely breaks out of her shell, it seemingly, and is able to play guitar the way she can play guitar. And that was kind of what was holding the band back in general, was her inability to play with a group, kind of, because she's a guitar YouTuber, I guess, and she plays guitar solo. She does covers and stuff. So playing in a band was something that she was struggling with for a couple different reasons. But yeah, I'm glad she was finally able to kind of break out of her shell at the end of that episode and just play guitar, and they killed it.
Yeah.
So,
and for me,
yeah,
the pickup points bracket got a little tight towards the top, honestly. But I'm going to have to give Kita the edge. Kita-san, the red-haired band member.
Yes.
The singer / guitarist / social media guru. I guess I'll call her.
I respect that pick. I would pick the main character. I just want to like pick her up and tell her like everything's gonna be okay. You're doing great, and that's why.
Yeah, there were so many times I'm like, no.
Yeah, come on. No. You're gonna, everything's gonna be okay. You have a good support system. They care about you. Just be you. You're good. Yeah.
And close second was Ichichi Nijika, and close third was PA-san. Anyway, so what'd you think about Bocchi the Rock? I mean, you're what?
I'm gonna finish it. I think I finished episode 5, so I'm going to continue. And there's 12 episodes, I think, 12 or 13. So yeah, I'm gonna see it through to the end. I don't think it's going to disappoint. I feel like it's gonna be just continue to get better and better. And I'm excited to finish it. I want to see where the story goes. I'm just assuming that my prediction is that the band is going to take off at the club where the one character's sister is going to let them play at, and they're going to get noticed by somebody, and then they're going to take off from there. Who knows? But that's my prediction. But I'm excited just to watch more, and then I want to see if they get even more experimental with the animation, because again, that's one of my favorite aspects, is the style, and then even the camera work itself is really good. Like there are some interesting like fisheye shots that are pretty neat looking, which you don't see a lot of those in an anime. So yeah, I appreciate the creativity with some of those shots. I'm excited to see what else they have up their sleeve. All right, well, that was Derick and I recapping our latest bro sesh. We watched a lot of anime, and also The Boys. So now we're going to end the episode with an off the clock because we haven't done one of those in a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Shake off that rust, man. Nice. Perfect
Is it
execution.
off? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't see any rust on you at the moment. No.
Great. All right. I'm glad it worked. Yeah, so we're just gonna, if you don't remember off the clock or you're new here, we're just gonna talk about some things that we're looking forward to in the upcoming week-ish. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll say that.
Within the next amount of time that is relevant to when you're hearing this.
Exactly.
Possibly.
Yeah. So I'm going to start here, and there are some movies coming out that I've had my eyes on, that I've kept tabs on, and they're going to be coming out soon. They are either out now or they are coming out soon, and I have a list here. There's a few, but at the top of my list, it's currently in theaters as of last Friday, and that is Longlegs. And this horror film has been marketed so well. I don't remember a horror film getting this much marketing in a long time. It's been a while, maybe since like Paranormal Activity. Yeah. So the hype for this movie on my end is pretty friggin' high, and the reviews have only helped that as they have come in, blazing high.
Thick and fast.
Yeah. Well, that too. If you want to do that, yeah, sure. If you want to say it that way, you can.
Yeah.
It's sporting like a 90 on Rotten, like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. A couple of movie review guys that I trust highly loved it. And the one guy is like a horror movie junkie, so if he's saying he loved it, that's a good sign. Yeah. So I plan on seeing this movie soon. In fact, by the time this episode comes out, I might have already seen it. If not, it'll be that week. It'll be this week, hopefully with Chris. I will be in his neck of the woods this week, and I did tell him that I would watch this movie with him in theaters if he is feeling better. So hopefully he is feeling better, and we get to see it together, and then him and I can talk about it in a future episode. But yeah, that's at the top of my list, Longlegs, and also Nick Cage is in it. So that's more than enough to sell me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Another one that is currently out that I really, really want to see is Inside Out 2.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, changing the tone completely from Longlegs, the serial killer horror movie, to a Pixar, a nice, vibrant, colorful Pixar movie. Inside Out 1 is one of my favorite Pixar movies that have come out in like the last 20 years. Well, I mean, I'm not going to age myself, but there's been I've seen a few Pixar movies in my day. But it was one of those Pixar movies that perfectly appeals to both adults and kids, and it blew me away. It was so well done, and I've heard Inside Out 2 is also very good. It's hard to top the first one, but I've heard good things, so I'm just excited to see the second one and see if they can recapture that magic and that tone from the first one. And yeah, I'm hoping to get out to see this one possibly this week or the next week as well. I do want to see it in theaters while it's in theaters, so hopefully I'm able to make it out there. Another one that is not out in theaters yet that I'm really excited to see is Twisters, the sequel to the infamous Twister.
So it's a remake, right?
Well,
somebody corrected me.
Yeah,
when I said that it was a sequel.
You're right. It is a remake technically. They just added a second tornado in this one.
Oh my god.
But I'm excited for it, and it just looks like a fun time at the theater. Like it's like one of those classic blockbuster popcorn movies. Like, yeah, I just want to see a bunch of tornadoes on the big screen. I want to see a natural disaster take place on the big screen, and the repercussions of it, and what happens, and how does Glenn Powell fight it. low key, I like Glenn Powell a lot. I think he's kind of having his time in the limelight this last year. It's really been the year of Glenn. Ever since he was in Top Gun Maverick, he's kind of just taking it by the reins. But yeah, I'm excited for Twisters. I don't. There have been reviews that I think I've heard whispers that it's good.
So which is whispers.
Twisters. I've heard Twisters whispers and
on Twisters.
I say that 5 times fast.
Twisters whispers on Twitter. It's not that hard.
See. Yeah. So I'm excited for Twisters, and yeah, hopefully it entertains me when I see it. And I've got a couple more, but I'm only going to name one more. Obviously, this is probably the most anticipated movie of the year. Probably. It's Deadpool Wolverine.
Yes.
Again, another movie that's been marketed so well.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are killing it with some of these trailers they're doing. They did like a preview for The Bachelor, and it was just so funny. They're just showing up randomly now, and I appreciate it. I just want this movie to really be fucking great. Just be great, please. Get Marvel back on the map, because Marvel is hurting and they need their knight in shining armor, and it's got to be Deadpool and Wolverine. It has to be good. And I'm confident that it will be good. And this could be a midnight. Well, they don't really do midnight releases anymore, but this could be a Thursday evening watch for me instead of waiting for the weekend. So I might be buying my tickets early. We'll see.
Oh.
But yeah, open invite for you if you'd like to come. We'll talk about it offline. But anyway, yeah, that's I'm super excited for Deadpool Wolverine. And I did want to throw one game in here because I've been seeing more of it recently, and I wasn't super interested at first, but the more I see of it, the more I'm like, maybe I'll pick it up. And that is College Football 25.
Just not expecting that one.
Yeah. I've been watching some College Football 25 gameplay, and when the trailer first dropped, I was like, oh, cool, a college football game. It's been a long time. I think it's been 10 years since they released one of these. And it's coming back out of the woodwork, and the trailer was cool. Like, you could argue it's just Madden, it's just a reskinned Madden, and it kind of is, but also isn't. It has more character and more unique visuals, and yeah, it just seems more like it's a real authentic college football experience, at least presentation wise, and I think they really nailed it. And the gameplay looks fantastic. Like, the graphics look amazing. I don't know what they did, but it just looks better than Madden has ever, and the animations even look better. And it seems like they really did a good job with like the throwing system. Like, you can make certain throws in this game that you couldn't make in Madden. And just the whole game looks more authentic and more real, I guess. But yeah, and I don't even have a college team. Like, I'm not even like a big college football fan, but like, I love football, and I love, I'm excited to play a good football game. So I might be picking this one up. It comes out this week, and I might get it. Who knows? But yeah, that's a game that's on my radar. So I'll let you know if I play it or not. I will bring it up if I do, for sure. What about you, buddy?
It's pretty short on my end, honestly. So I'm July is a pretty slow month for me. Nothing really on the calendar, so I am taking full advantage of that and being a degenerate and gluing my ass to the couch and watching more anime. I was telling Ryan here a couple minutes ago, I've kind of got a system for what I want to watch at any given time, minus the series that I'm trying to watch as they're airing. I normally try to have something that's like more actiony, then also a romance one, and then everything else that's already airing. So I think after I finally catch up to current on that time I was reincarnated as a slime, Again, I'll go through Windbreaker. I think after that, I'm between Samurai Champloo and Initial D. I know that I brought up Samurai Champloo when I was talking about Cowboy Bebop. Same guy there. So I think I'll enjoy that one. Initial D, I might have mentioned when I was talking about Overtake, the Formula 3 anime that
I do recall that.
quite some time ago. So one of those two is going to pop into the queue at some point. And then I've just finished Kimi no Toroke, which was kind of like Komi Can't Communicate, but not as cute. But did make me cry more. So I think as far as like romancy animes go, I might start Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I think originally that was a Ryan recommendation.
Oh, yes.
Or possibly The Dangers in My Heart. I know I missed the most recent season by a season, but that's kind of what I'm thinking there. So maybe next episode that I talk about anime, you might hear one of those pop up. In real life terms, there is the Hungarian Grand Prix coming up. A lot of upgrades coming to Hungary for the teams. A lot different of a track than the last couple. We've had more higher speed tracks. Nothing that requires the level of downforce that Hungary does. Often called Monaco without the walls. So we'll see. A lot of teams really starting to take the fight to, I guess, Red Bull and McLaren here before the summer break. It's been a lot more interesting of a watch now that we can't guarantee that it's going to be, just Max Verstappen running away with it. It can go many different ways. So we'll see. I think Mercedes is going to be scary again. McLaren might have like the weird thing click for them that makes them awesome here at Hungary. But I am assuming many eyes are on Ferrari this week.
Yeah,
and I can't put their downforce to work.
I did. I am trying to get more into F1. And I did watch the end of the British Grand Prix. I didn't just watch the end. I watched like basically half the race, like the second half of the race.
Yeah, the good half. From lap
the good half.
50 on, after the rain did its thing, it was thrilling, electric.
And I'll admit, like I was into it. Like I was literally I was watching it on my laptop, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool, because they had the rain to contend with. They had to keep changing tires. People were pitting when, like, unexpectedly, like I could tell the announcers were questioning a lot of the decisions and were a little confused by, like, why was this person pitting now? Like, they're going to cost themselves the spot in the race. And it did cost Lando.
Poor Lando. Poor McLaren.
Second place. It cost him second.
I think because they kind of bungled the call on Piastri and kept him out there a lap later instead of going for kind of a double stack. I think because they screwed Piastri with that, maybe they felt like they needed to give him one back, so they kind of screwed Lando on something else. But I don't think that's true. That's just tinfoil hatting. And I know that they've acknowledged their strategy blunders there. I know they wish they'd have strapped on instead of those mediums, instead of those softs for the last stint. Maybe could have stayed with and challenged Lewis. But we'll never know for sure.
I mean, when Verstappen passed Lando, I was like, I wasn't cheering, but I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa, let's go, because he like blew past him. Freaking blew past him. Like no chance. And then Lewis Hamilton winning on his home track. That's pretty cool. That happened with Lando, and
record breaking. Holy.
His the 9th time he's won that.
Yep.
Crazy. But yeah, that was exciting. For me as a new F1 enthusiast, it was a good race to watch. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I just like sports, so just seeing something like that would just really got my blood going. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, this is cool." Just scratching that itch.
And I like the fact that now that Max isn't always coming in first, his media appearances don't seem to be like, oh yeah, well we're just gonna do what we can do, like knowing that their car is probably going to take them to the finish line in first. But now it's more like other people are winning. He's really having to fight for whatever he's got, and I feel like he's a racer through and through. So I feel like he takes more joy out of this than he has the last like couple seasons, maybe.
Yeah,
I know he likes winning, but I think he likes racing a little bit more than winning.
I like the and also from just a observation as a new F1 watcher, I do like the radio chatter that they have with the drivers, and then I don't know what his team or his coach, his engineer. So there was a moment when Verstappen was still in third, trying to chase Lando, that the engineer told Verstappen, "You're faster than everyone." Basically, like you're your car is the fastest, or something, or you are the fastest, which I thought was pretty cool.
Fastest man on track, yeah.
It's like, oh, this is like a shonen anime. You are stronger than them all. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Focus your power, Max.
Remember, Max. Remember everything you've lost. Remember everything that Lewis has taken from you.
Speaking of things that were taken by other people, we are planning on doing another little 5 o'clock sweats movie club. And the thing being taken in this instance is a dog from a man. Because next time that we have the opportunity to record, we will be talking about John Wick 1 and John Wick 2.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the first one, not the second one. That's where I'm coming from in this one. I know you've seen them all. I know Chris loves them all.
Yes.
So time to get the old Keanu on the podcast. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll have to.
Oh, not the guy himself. I mean, unless you're free.
Who knows? Who knows if this episode pops off, we can get his attention.
Yeah. He's like, why are these guys talking about anime?
Or maybe Keanu's a huge anime fan. He's like, oh my god, I love these shows.
He's like, I also love ramen.
I also. He comments on the video.
Koizumi.
Actually, Koizumi is the most pick-upable character in that show.
I can't fight that. That's just got to be the truth from then on.
Yeah. But you can't fight Keanu because he would win.
Yeah,
he'd win hard.
But if you want to take part in that conversation, please watch that before the next time that we drop a 3-man episode. So that's if you want to be Keanu our socials, that's nothing. We're at 5 o'clock sweats on Instagram, at 5 o'clock sweats on X or Twitter. We're available in video form on YouTube and audio form on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, where those ding dang things come from. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us, and as always,
stay sweaty. Man, I gotta turn my AC off, I guess. I don't know. I wish it
doesn't matter.
All right.
Fucking my shit's on.
I was really sweaty last night.
Hey, remember that time that you proposed that we would do every episode in a pair of sweats? And you were like, I don't care. I'll be dripping in sweat. You're currently in a short sleeve. You're like, I gotta turn the AC on, dude.
It's
fucking hot.
I think I said that in the winter.
Guaranteed, man.
We've had an unprecedented stretch of 90 plus degree days here. I was not prepared for this. I didn't anticipate this. I didn't anticipate it being 85 at night with high humidity.